I got something for you.
Lay it on me.
So I let's see. Like a guy comes over to my house to like help do some exercises with me like twice a week.
Yeah.
And so we often share stories about people from schools and stuff like that. And so we were kind of trying to do one over on each other. And I told him all about a guy from college called Simon. And
Okay.
so let me tell you all about Simon, the scourge of my college years. He so it's first year of college. I went to college in my hometown. Yeah, I know, really ambitious
Mm.
for computing science. And so I'm in the IT suite one day and I hear this fucking voice from the other side of the room. This big booming Brian Blessed voice that's like no, it's the Red Hot Chili Peppers, you non-musical person.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, hang on, let me take these off. I'm kind of like,
Yeah.
I gotta, I gotta talk to this guy because you're probably a bit like me, right? Where you gravitate towards fucking weirdos because they
Oh,
usually have like something interesting going on
absolutely.
for
That's
comedy's sake.
it's a bad habit of mine because I get wrapped up in a lot of dumb shit just
Yeah,
because I'm like, this is gonna make a good story one day.
yeah, same here. Like it's entertaining, and you can have your norms over here, or you can get some really. It might frustrate you, it might drive you up the wall, but goddamn, do you get a good story over
Yeah.
here? Simon is one of these guys. So I walk over and I say, "Hey, my name's Dave. I'm here studying computing science. How are you doing? How are you doing? Or is this your first year as well?" And you're like, "Oh yes, absolutely, yes. Pleasure to meet you, Dave. Absolute pleasure to meet you." And despite the fact that he's from Ireland, he is a full-on fucking hello English accent, like one of those Basil Fox kind of
Right.
hello,
Yeah.
pleasure to meet you. And my friend Ryan and I, we start hanging out with him for the entertainment value. I hope he never sees this. No, I do hope he sees this.
Right.
Um, but he slowly reveals himself to be a what's the term I'm looking for? There's a specific term for this, but someone that lies all the time.
Okay. Just one of
Uh,
those like compulsive liars.
compulsive liar,
Yeah.
can't stop fucking lying. Where he starts telling us things like, "Oh yes, my family owned many castles in Germany, which is where we're originally from. I can speak fluent German, even though I'm also taking German in college.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I was once engaged to an Indian princess, Dave, and my family, my aunt invented the jet engine. Like
It,
one of those stories I could
yes.
possibly believe at one time. But when he's done all these things, other shit like Dave, I opened a gay bar in Nuremberg one time, and I had to fight Nazis. And I took on four Nazis, and one stabbed me in the back as another fired his gun at me, and I neo-dodged the bullet, and then I fought them off with a knife in my back.
And then I did a
And
backflip.
yeah, backflip. Well, throw that in there. Why
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
fuck not? But it was kind of becoming exhausting, particularly with the he also lied about like women a lot,
Mm-hmm.
where he would point at girls and go, "Oh yes, slept with her, she came back to my place and I pleasured her and pleasured her and pleasured her and
Mm-hmm.
I pleasured her until I said, no, I'm tired now, time for bed. And I sent her home in a cab, even though she was like, no, please, let me stay so you can pleasure me. And I said, no, woman, I need to sleep. And so I sent her on her way. Very good, very yummy. And
Very yummy. What a
very
Chad.
yummy, very what a Chad. Is
That
that what
is,
you
yeah,
said?
that's a fucking Chad move, dude.
Well, if it was real, it's an ultra Chad move. But this guy, God, he had this nicotine stained skin, a fucking fucked up. I don't know. His beard looked like an abandoned bird's nest, and
Mm-hmm.
he wore this bright yellow fucking coat that made him look like a hot dog that'd been sat on. It
I
was
love
not
that.
good. Yeah. And so he didn't seem like the type of fellow to pull women from here and there. But he'd do the really dickish thing of like, oh, see her? Yes, I fucked her, and I fucked her too,
Mm-hmm.
and all every girl that we known, obviously he'd fucked her. But one night, one night
There it is.
we are we're in a bar. We're in this little empty bar near my hometown in a town called Portrush. Great
Hmm.
place. But it's this dingy little bar called the Retro. And, Simon's doing his usual, yes, and then I fucked her, and then I got bored, so I sent her home. And then the next lady knocked on the door, and I fucked her for a bit. And, this girl walks in. This girl that looks a bit gothy. She's holding a black rose for some reason, and she walks up to the bar. And so I say, Simon, put your fucking money where your mouth is. Go up to that bar and hit on that girl because we were convinced we'd never seen him hit on a girl.
Right.
We were convinced that he'd be too scared to. Sure enough, he went, okay, and he got up, swaggered over to the fucking bar, and she was a little drunk. You could just kind of tell by the way she was walking.
Right.
But within 2 minutes of them talking, they were heavily making out.
Are you
And
fucking kidding me?
me and my friend Ryan are like, the fuck is going on? He fireman's carries her over to our table very intentionally to sit her down on his lap in front of us and starts macking on her again
Holy shit.
loudly, and just to prove a point, I guess. But he turns around from making out with this lady. He goes, yes, very good, very nice, yum yum, and we're just like, coincidence, right? It's got to be a coincidence that he found the one girl who was presumably, had a lot of wine.
Yeah.
It's got to be a magic coincidence that he was able to pull this off. But he fucking did. He fucking did. And dude, there was just so much about him. Like my friend Ryan and I got so exhausted with him that we'd be texting each other if we spied him. Where it'd be like, shit, Simon's in the south building. Stay the sweet fuck away from the south building because we're trying to avoid him at this point. And years later, I'm living in Belfast now, which is like 60 miles outside of my hometown. It's the second largest city in Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
I'd been living there for a couple of years, and 8 in the morning, and my phone goes off. I haven't spoken to Simon in years at this point. But phone goes off. I haven't really slept the night before. Answer the phone. This fucking voice goes, hello! Do you know anyone by the name of Simon Kenware? And I'm like, this has got to be him.
Yeah.
This has got to be him, like, dicking with me right now. So I'm like, yeah, I know a Simon Kenware. And he goes, hello, this is his father. I'm really worried about him. I know he's got a very important exam today, and he's quite ill. I was just wondering if you'd heard anything about him, because I haven't heard anything from him. And I'm like, no, I haven't talked to Simon in years. Also, I guess he's still in college, where he's taking German, even though he said he fluently spoke it.
Yeah.
Years later. But I'm like, no. I'm sorry, I haven't heard from him. I hope he's all right. And well, he's got terrible pneumonia. He checked himself into the hospital. I hope he's okay. This really sad dad on the other end of the phone, who, yes, does sound just like him. And so I say, well, I hope he's all right. I wish you all the best. Immediately call Ryan from college, who's still my best friend over there to this day. Such a fucking champion. But he happened to be working in the local hospital as an administrator. And I know this kind of goes against code, big time. But I was like,
come on.
Come on. We need to find out, right?
Yeah.
So I ring Ryan up and I'm like, could you check if Simon checked into the local hospital for pneumonia? And Ryan looks it up and he's like, nope, never happened at all. So Simon lied to his own dad about dying of pneumonia to get out of a fucking exam.
That's fucking hilarious.
Years later.
And then he did a backflip.
Yeah. But dude, like, we eventually, like, a couple of years after that, again, I'm kind of chilling in my hometown. I'm visiting home, even though I've been living in the US for like 5 years or so at this point, but I'm chilling at home. And Ryan and I are hanging out. We get this call, and again, it's like, "Hey, are you guys in Coleraine? Would you like to hang out, maybe, for old time's sake?" Fuck yeah, we do.
Mm-hmm.
So we go get some Indian food. We think maybe he's changed or whatever, but we're talking about old times, and we're talking about a party that we were all at. And he goes, "Oh, where was I during this party? Probably having sex with a very, very lovely, lovely lady." And he never changed, dude. He never changed.
What a guy.
What a guy.
What a fucking
And
legend.
It's funny because I searched his name on the internet just to see what would pop up years ago, and there were these forums of people, like I guess, who had met him on his merry way through life, and were saying things like, "Where is that big lying bastard Simon Kimber?"
Oh my god! Really?
Everyone knew. Yeah,
that's
everyone
fucking
knew.
Hilarious.
But here's the thing.
He never existed.
You think you think the story ends here? Well, after recounting this story to my trainer guy, I'm thinking about it, and for old time's sake, again, this was like 2 weeks ago. I type his name into Google just to see what comes up. Guess what comes up? There's like Daily Mail articles from the UK, from like Australia, New Zealand, and shit, about how he was part of a international money and drug smuggling ring. He flew to New Zealand with a guy to like do some really shitty shit.
Are you fucking with me?
Trying to move millions of fucking dollars around and launder it. I'm not fucking with you, because his name is Simon Kenweir, and it described how a Simon Kenweir went with another bloke from Ireland. Now, Simon Kenweir is not an Irish name. It's not a very common name. And on the island of Ireland, there's about 5.6 million people. There is no other Simon Kenweir on that island. So, I guess he finally ended up in a script that was maybe as big as one of his fucking stories. But I was flabbergasted. And so the story goes on. We might revisit this in 10 years, and I have more to tell you about Simon.
You're gonna have to. I'm invested now.
This guy's fucking... What a loon, right?
Holy shit. Because, like, it starts off like, yeah, I think everybody knows that one guy that's like, that tells dumb shit lies. That's like, oh, okay, dude. Like, you just listen to him because you're too afraid to, like, call him out to be like, that's dumb. You're lying. So, like, you just let it go.
You're staring into his eyes going, you're joking, right? Like, I know you're joking right now. I'm waiting for you to laugh.
But
never came.
But it always ends there. It ends after, like, oh, that was a dumb thing that person said. And then you move about your life. Never once has any of those people ever gotten back to be like, hey, did you know that they were trying to fucking smuggle millions of dollars and like, drug money?
So I guess I'm just spreading news about him at this point, but it's all out there. It's all public domain
stuff. Yeah, of course.
And he walked away. I guess he walked away for some reason because he wasn't really implicated in the super illegal part of it. So he's still wandering the earth right now. Listen, if any of you meet this guy, please get in touch with me and recount your stories to me.
Yeah, we need to make memoirs of something.
We should, yeah. Because I got so much fucking info about the crazy times that I had about him. I would love to hear stories from other people. I absolutely would.
They all have to add up.
But it is... We feel like humanity's a cold house right now, right? The world is all sorts of fucked up. Malevolence is everywhere. Shitheads are taking advantage of the situation. But it is a testament to humanity's patience that no one turned around to Simon and said, hey, everyone fucking knows that you're lying all the time, you big fat fucking liar.
Yeah.
No, he's been able to make his way through life not knowing that, to my understanding. That's crazy.
That is insane. Because I've heard some dumb, like, lies. Some blatant fucking just obvious, you're bullshitting me, dude. Stop.
Yeah.
But that's pretty out there. That's out the top tier list of, like, what the fuck?
even when this dude would like try and like when he wasn't telling a lie, there was something eccentric going on where he'd be like, "Dave, what's your opinion on fish? Want to eat? No, just in general.
And just fish.
I like the way they swim. I don't fucking know. What do you, Dave? Do you like trains? Fuck off. Like, what are we? 2 years old?